Happy Saturday morning. Welcome back. Let's discuss current news. So, they're saying that they are going to, their parliament is going to try and have and hold a session of parliament tomorrow, Sunday, to work on controversial laws. We'll see on that. In the past, they haven't been able to work on these laws. The laws aren't a required step for the rate to change. Okay? So, if they continue their typical pattern and trend where they can't either achieve a quorum or they have too many differences, and so the session of parliament gets rescheduled. Don't let that be a discouragement. I'm kind of expecting something like that to happen tomorrow. Either way, it does not impact the rate change, so don't worry about it. Here's some other news for you. They're bringing the budget off the shelf. The overall budget, their council and ministers spent 7 months from mid-March through October 8th amending the budget. I told you that the budget would stay on a shelf collecting dust until they're about ready to revalue. So from October 8th to now, the budget did remain on the shelf collecting a whole bunch of dust. And then what did I tell you about January? I said January is a very critical month. Keep your eyes on it. And here you are, and I also told you that if they're going to change the rate in January, that the rate would not change until the second half of January. Today is January 11th. And as you see, they are now talking about pulling the budget off the shelf and getting the budget schedules approved by Parliament. So things are now finally preparing to happen and come forward because they're about ready to revalue the currency. Now, they talked about potentially reviewing the budget on Monday in a session of Parliament. We'll see on that. But they're saying, at least as of right now, that they're going to try and work on some controversial laws in Parliament tomorrow, Sunday. So right here in this first article, 25 budget is on the verge of legislation, and delaying the schedules will not stop the decision. The cliff notes on this. Iraq's 25 budget schedules have not yet been received by Parliament. A member of the Finance Committee, however, Coger emphasized that the budget will be legislating during the current term. Yeah, it's simply waiting for the rate to change to approve it. Okay, here's the cliff notes. You can definitely pause the video and read those right there. In the presence of Taif Sami, the government meeting begins to discuss 25 budget schedules. In this article, one thing you have to remember, they spent 7 months amending the budget. That means there's a lot of items in it for Parliament to approve. Some have been of the opinion that we might have to wait until March to see the rate change. I disagree with that. Because in order for Parliament to approve 7 months worth of amended items, they need time to do that. If they were to wait until March to approve these items, it pushes them too close to their budget period of April 1st. So I'm just letting you know, it makes the most sense for them to change the rate before March, making sure they have time to approve the entire budget package that took them 7 months to amend. Just want to share that with you. Okay. Another budget article. So again, the budget is becoming an important piece. And then here's the cliff notes on that. They're also talking about significantly reforming the banking system. That's because the reformations to the banking system are waiting for the rate to change. And some of the things they talk about in this article, here's the cliff notes. They talk about excluding bad financial assets, merge sound financial assets, merge bad financial assets, capital support, modernization. Here's their objectives when they reform it. Restore internal confidence, improve financial stability credit rating, enhance integration into the national, that's right, enhance integration into the national and global banking markets. That's why this is waiting for the rate to change. Have to have an internationally convertible recognized currency first, then they can get into the global banking market. Okay. So, and then Then they're also going to shift gears and get into tourism. They're preparing to jump into tourism right now because they're also about to get back on the world stage. This article is all about tourism. The last two articles here are about tourism. So just want to show that to you guys anyway. Lots of good stuff here today. The big one, though, is they finally cleaned the dust off the budget and brought it forward. That's very significant because I told you it would sit on that shelf until they're about ready to revalue, and that's why we kept trying to tell you, keep your eyes on January. January is a critical month to our investment. We need to watch it closely and see what they do. Friends, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a great, amazing day. Take care. Thank you for joining.